Good morning. So we are now finished sorting everything, all of our gear that we left at Clay's and in storage here in Bozeman, and we're beginning our journey south. We're gonna do a hike first, and we did it yesterday. There's a place called the M Hike here in Bozeman, and it's an excellent way to stretch your legs and get some blood flowing after all those days on the road. And before we get back on the road, we're gonna stretch our legs again, and then we're heading over east and then cutting down into Wyoming, and we're gonna hit some of the backcountry when we get down to the Wind River mountain range, so that's exciting. We've never actually been in there. And then we'll see you in Loveland, Colorado this weekend. Halfway up. Not quite halfway up. But normally there's a huge view off of here, but it still looks really cool with the mist.
This way?
Onward. Onward and upward.
Oh, Pete and I have done hikes ever since we started doing our epic family road trip. It's always good to get out, burn some calories, especially when you've been driving so much. And when you're traveling with kids, let them burn that energy. And you get to see what you're traveling through instead of just always in the vehicle. It is just breathtaking. Hi there, puppy. Hi. Oh, Lando would love you. Well, it looks like the sun is peeking out. Maybe when we reach the top, the mist may clear just enough. Wouldn't that be something? But even this is just amazing. Well, guys, we made it to the top of the M.
Beautiful view.
Thanks for coming on this hike with us. Now we'll probably
have to get there.
Yeah, go down, maybe grab a coffee somewhere, and then hit the road. That was fun.
That was awesome. Jeep just stalled. We just filled with fuel. This is not... I almost want to turn around and get back to civilization, because getting into those mountains, and if this is going to keep happening...
But why?
I don't know why.
Maybe we let it cool down, because it is like really hot today.
Yeah, but that shouldn't happen. There's no way we could be out of fuel already, though. That's my worry. I was just thinking this would be the worst place to break down, because we're in the middle of nowhere. Getting someone to come out here would be almost impossible. If we get it going again, I think we just get back on the highway. I don't know. That's what it did last time. So we have to make a decision. Do we carry on and risk it? I mean, it's did the exact same thing last time, and just, you know, we waited for a second and started up. It's pumping fuel, but the reserve is still full. We literally filled, what, an hour ago?
Yeah.
There's no way we ran out in an hour. But we were heading into those mountains.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like, check that out. How pretty that all is.
Alright, so we ended up turning around. We just didn't think I think we actually did run out of fuel, which is strange because it didn't seem that long ago that we filled, but we may have lost track of time. We've been pushing really hard, and it's been almost straight uphill the whole time. We're towing the trailer now, so, and it's very hot out, so with all those factors, who knows, we may have run out of fuel. I'm pumping in, I've pumped in a quarter tank already, and so everything's running fine again. But we just decided to turn around, come back out to the main freeway here and head south into Wyoming. And rather than, you know, something going wrong way out in the wilderness, which is where we were headed, but we are gonna catch a piece of the BDR, so we're gonna get down to the Wind River mountain range, and then at that point, if everything's still operating smoothly and we have lots of fuel, then we'll head into the mountains there. And that's the plan for now. Good thing we didn't get it way back in the mountains, because it's acting up again. So first shop we can find, we're gonna have to get this looked at, unfortunately.
How far away from a town?
Quite a ways. Whew.
Really?
Well, Sheridan looks like the closest town.
Well, let's just pray we can get there. Just like 20 more miles, right?
22 minutes. So
22 minutes.
40 kilometers, yeah, 20 miles.
Does this make it back on the highway?
I hope so. Looks like it, yeah.
Okay. Fingers crossed we can make it to a hotel or something and then get it looked at tomorrow morning. And hopefully we can drive it there so we don't have any tow trucks involved.
I'll turn it up.
So it's like you guys can kind of hear that it's definitely chugging.
A lot more fuel. It's probably not out of fuel, but it's running out of fuel, so it might be similar to what happened to Vandy back when we were in Quebec, and it wasn't using the whole tank and running out at a quarter or half a tank or something. So I just pumped a little bit and it started, but it just wasn't enough, I don't think, to get us very far. So we're gonna have to sit here for a while until I see the auxiliary tank is down another notch or two. So we'll sit here.
Well, hopefully it's not big so we can make it to the show at least. It would stink not being able to.
Pumping, pumping, pumping. That noise you hear, that clicking, is the fuel pump transferring fuel from the auxiliary to the main tank. Stalled out again. I'm just coasting off the edge. We'll have to refill it, so it's using a quarter tank every 20 miles or less. Bird. Alright. Get off the road here.
I thought we were pumping that whole time.
We were, but it's slow and we're climbing big hills, big heat. I should have gone farther off the road. Something is not right. 5 minutes to fuel. Fill up the tanks. It runs better, obviously, with a full tank. Oof, it's chugging even now. And we'll see what happens, but the local shop here is closed for the night, so we may just hole up for the night, and then what we'll do is call them first thing in the morning and see if they're willing to take us in on short notice. And if not, we're gonna go to plan B, which we don't have yet. nice feeling though, making it to the gas station. So this really feels like the same problem we had with Vandy, if you recall, coming back from Quebec. When it was full of fuel, we just filled up, it runs like a charm. When it gets down lower, it starts stalling out, and it was a fairly simple fix, I believe, as things start to beep. But anyway, but nothing's open right now, and in this part of the country here, it seems like it's all privately owned ranch land everywhere you look. I looked on Overland, I don't see any BLM free camps, but there is a KOA, and it looks like we're gonna have to spend the night, and maybe if they can help us tomorrow, probably another night. So what we've done in the past is, you know, you have no choice really. You got to stay in a hotel. When your vehicle is also your house, you have to stay in a hotel or something. And there's a KOA up the road, like really close to the town, that has a cabin available. So we're gonna go inquire about that.
Super thankful for that. And I thought our days at the KOA were over now that the kids are older, but we're back. Home sweet home.
We're there.
I didn't know that you could get covered wagons. That's pretty cool. Feels like we're on our honeymoon.
Oh yeah, every moment is special.
Look at this.
Want me to carry you across the threshold? We gotta get the windows open and get some airflow going.
Well, at least there's a fan in here. This is kind of cozy, you gotta admit.
It is.
Gotta roll with the punches, I guess.
That's a pillow.
Look
Good
at you,
boy.
Lando.
Good
Hi,
boy,
little
Lando.
guy.
Wow.
You brought me a pillow? Yeah. Having fun?
Happy wig.
Aw. Yeah.
Good boy, Len.
You guys went fishing together?
Yeah.
Aw. Love you, Dan.
Love you.
Best friend.
Happy birthday, Motto.
Almost. Happy birthday. Birthday week.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too, big guy. Talk to you soon. They're chugging that like it's running out of fuel, but it's not. I think it's about half full. We're kind of stranded here. I was wondering, would you guys be able to at least run the diagnostics and kind of see what's going on with it? Or?
What I'm going to do is defer you to the Jeep inspector and see what he can do for you.
Okay.
Hi, Grace Shelley Well on the service department of Shared Motors in Shared, Wyoming. Currently away from my desk.
Yeah, good morning. My name's Peter. We're traveling through from Canada, and last night we ran into some fuel issues with our Jeep. We're wondering if you could get it in for to run the diagnostics and kind of find out what's going on. We're kind of stranded here at the moment. Yeah, it runs well enough for us to take it into the dealership there and have you look at it. Hopefully you can find some time for us. My number is 416. That was right at 8 when they opened, so he might not be at his desk yet, but we'll try that. All right, so of course they have a busy schedule as always, but he said if we dump the trailer and come back in an hour, they'll at least take a look at it. So that way we can at least diagnose the problem, and you know, sometimes once it's in there and if it's not too serious, they will fix it for us. So let's go put the trailer. They own this road and the land beyond it, so he said we could just leave the trailer there with no problem. We got lucky. They ran a scan, and it's a fuel pump issue or a sensor that's malfunctioning or something along those lines. They're going to take it in the back for us. Normally they're booked well into September, but they have a little opening for us to squeeze in there, and one of the technicians is a fan of the channel, so that doesn't hurt either. So we're very thankful that they're going to be able to help us out and get us back on the road. They got it in, they did all the diagnostics, and have found the problem. The fuel pump is gone, so they've got to bring one in from Denver. They've checked all around here locally. So that, he said if we get the order in now, it'll be here by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. So we just spend one more night here in this beautiful place called Sheridan, Wyoming, and hopefully we'll be on the road by about noon tomorrow. So that's all really good news. Got a bit of a storm blowing in, some high winds, lightning, thunder, and we're just gonna put some water on this fire and put it out before it blows around. All right, we're back at the dealership this morning. Just dropped the trailer and we're gonna bring it in. Hopefully that part got here last night. I'm sure it did. And I don't know, 2-3 hours maybe, should be back on the road. Thanks to the whole team here. The customer service is incredible, and they found a problem. They ordered in a part overnight and got us back on the road. But while they have the Jeep in the air, they have a Class A mechanic checking it out, and he found cracks on everything that holds the shocks to the frame. So 4 big cracks in the weld, and so I mean, we could still drive it, but we couldn't go off road safely. At some point we're going to hit something and that back axle is going to come right off, so we don't want that to happen. So the team here was also kind enough to look around and see if they can find someone who could weld it, and so there's a company in town that specializes in repairing things like that, and even though everybody's extremely busy, they understand our situation, and so he set up an appointment for us to go over there this afternoon. So we're much relieved about that, because when we heard about that crack thing, we thought, man, we're not going to make it to the show. It's going to be here for a while. We might have to rent a car to get down. We had all these things we were looking into, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe if all goes well, that group that they are sending us to will be able to get us repaired and back on the road. So one thing after another, the Worsley saga continues. All right, we are back in the Jeep. We're heading to the auto shop where they hopefully can put some tack welds on the cracks that I showed you in the back. But we've got a brand new fuel pump in here, and everything seems good so far. So one thing at a time. We're just going to deal with all the issues as we run into them, and hopefully be able to get on down the road. So this is the place they had called on our behalf. Kelly, the service advisor from Sheridan Motors, called these folks, and they said come on by. That was kind of them, because obviously, like everyone else, they're booked well in advance. But let's go in and see what they say. Wow, well, this is what you call service, customer service with a smile. The kind folks here, actually Pat, the owner of Elite, is going to take the Jeep in, put it up on the hoist, and weld it up for us, which will be a temporary fix. It could last forever, but at some point we're going to definitely keep a close eye on it, and we might have to reinforce everything under there, but he's going to take care of it for us. So we're super thankful about that. And he said, hey, take my truck and go get something to eat. So man, we're loving this customer service experience here in Sheridan. It's just been amazing. It's unbelievable, but they took it in and they welded everything back up. That was separated, cleaned it all up, run a nice bead across it, and painted it. And now there's space up here, whereas before that was pretty much touching the frame. So welded on both sides. You can see back in there it's welded as well, and then everything up on that one. So we're back in business. We feel really good. You know, we thought we'd be down for a while, and we were looking into renting a car, place to stay, all that stuff. But Pat and his team helped us out, so we really appreciate that. And we're back on the road, so see you in Colorado. So a gentleman at the at Sheridan Motors, the Jeep Dodge dealership there, who's a fan of the channel, which was awesome to meet him and say hi. But he went home that night and then came back in the morning, and he had this Forest Service map which he gave to us. So thank you, we appreciate it, and just want to thank the whole team there for doing such a great job and getting us back on the trail. Seems like a lot of reservoirs back in here. Yeah, let's just carry on and we'll find a camp spot in this area.
Love these organic Overland seasonings in these little tubes, and they actually have packs where you can, you know, put a whole bunch that you want to carry in a little zipper pouch, but it doesn't take up much room, and it's really nice. I love the flavoring and just how it just saves you so much space, because as you guys know, space is a luxury to have. We were at Clay and Rochelle's. Their neighbor has become a great friend of mine, and she gave us tons of fresh herbs, some onions, zucchini, lots of eggs. We'll have that in the morning, but it's always so nice to have, you know, homegrown food as you travel, so it makes this meal kind of special. She also gave me a ton of beets and carrots, so I was hoping to make it over the fire, but we just had so many little delays this week with the Jeep, so it's really nice to be out camping again. I think I have no tomato sauce or anything like that, but I will make I do have Italian seasoning, and so I thought, you know, we don't have any noodles or anything like that right now until we go shopping, but the zucchini and onion, some hot pork sausage, and some beef with some herbs sounds pretty good to me. I think what I'm going to do is cook all of my meat, since we are going to the expo, and so in the mornings I can just whip up something really fast for breakfast, and I know all the meat is cooked. There's still so much snow out there in pockets. Some of you have asked how we have our sleeping arrangement in our JXL, and so I thought I would show you guys how we sleep. So this is what it looks like on the inside. We just have a few first aid, all of our charging units here. Of course, you got to have a fan blowing right down on you, and then pockets full of just different things. That's Peter's side, this is my side. So you can see I can stand and get dressed, and it's really nice. And I can also make coffee here, and just, you know, maybe a jet boil, quick little meal maybe if it's pouring rain or snowing. You can see like lots of big windows, and I do sometimes miss sleeping up here because of the view that you get. And then you have lots of vents up here and then all the way in the back, which is really, really handy. I don't know if you can tell, but like I have to reach way up here, so even Pete can, in the morning, he can stand up easily and move around. It's pretty nice. I'll show you. Let's see. It's very cozy. Have my kids' photos there so I can say goodnight to them. Dan, Sis, Pete. So this is a blanket that we're using, and it's super warm. And the nice thing is you can unzip it or zip it up if you're cold on both sides, and just makes it really, really cozy. This is a glow-in-the-dark key ring, and what you do is you pull this when you're sitting inside the Jeep to open up the back gate, and then this, what Daniel made, it's a big long, so I can lay in bed and pull the door closer to me. So that's the little mini tour. Good night, guys. Hope you have a good sleep. We're gonna call it a night.
Good morning. We had a awesome quiet night's sleep up there in the mountains outside of Bighorn, which is just outside of Sheridan, and yeah, it was a beautiful place, and we'd love to explore those mountains a lot more, but we're now on the road heading towards Colorado, and just fueling up right here, and we're going to carry on down the road, but the fuel pump's working and everything's seems to be working fine as we head down the road.
There's the new one.
Hey, strangers.
Hi, guys. I gotta say hi, even though it's really hot. Good to see you. Oh, we've been waiting so long to meet you. Oh, say hi. Good to see you, Sarah.
You too. Hey, man. Good to see you.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Where's Caroline?
What did Caroline?
Caroline says hi.
Hi.
Hi. Bear, say hi back.
Say
Hi back.
Hey guys, we are here at Overland Expo. We made it, which is really good news. So many people helped us out along the way, getting things repaired, so thank you. So we're in Loveland, Colorado. We're in this section. Right there's Kevin and Sarah's Lifestyle Overland, Mountain State Overland, a whole bunch of Deep Snap, if you know him, he takes really good videos and pictures, but a bunch of creators all in this one spot. And come by and say hi. We'll be here for 3 days.